Hello again everybody, and we move in my series of talks about buildings to one of my favourite buildings. It's a small building, it's not that well known, it's on the Acropolis and you can see it, you can see the Parthenon from it, but not that many people go and take the trouble to look. I think it's a little hidden gem. It's tucked away on a bastion just behind the Propylaea in one corner of the Acropolis. And it has none of the grandeur of the Parthenon, nor the careful organisation and religious sensibilities of the Erechtheion, which I shall perhaps talk about tomorrow, but it's a building rather that's kind of happy with itself in an understated, delicate kind of way. It's a building that obviously doesn't feel it has to impress, but nonetheless it's confident enough in itself to make the most of its space and to insist that the Propylaea, the great gateway, has to alter its alignment to take account of the religious importance of itself. So, what is it? What's it look like? And why do I like it so much? Well, part of the reason I like it is because, unlike the Parthenon, it's very much understated. It makes no big claims for itself. It's small and perfectly proportioned. It's a little Ionic jewel built in the first part of the Peloponnesian War to thank Athena for victories over the Persians. At either end it has 4 Ionic columns, elegant, slender columns 4 meters high. There's a central naos, a central sanctuary building, which originally housed a statue of the cult statue of Athene Victory, Athene Nike, and round it had battle scenes from the Battle of Plataea, where the Athenians had defeated the Persians in 479 BC. It was actually designed by Callicrates, the same architect who designed the massive Parthenon, which is not that far away. It's got sweeping battle scenes on the frieze, most of which are sadly rather badly damaged, partly because of damage done by the Turks in 1686, partly by natural erosion of the weather. Some of these are in London in the British Museum. But there's a real sense of depth and elegance in this relief sculpture. Around it there was a balustrade, a sort of, it's like a fence made in stone, and art historians now have identified the separate work of 6 sculptors who worked on this. And in many ways, some parts of it embody the high point of relief work in classical sculpture. Athena is, in the most famous piece of it, there's the scene of Athena untying her sandal. Now this delicate, sensuous work, you almost feel like you could reach out and touch the delicate flesh of Athena beneath the almost transparent dress on the top. In 1686 it was destroyed by the Turks during a war with the Venetians. It was rebuilt in 1834, but not really that well, and in 1935, when it was nearly falling down again, it was reconstructed. So the reason it looks so good now is partly because of that, or a lot of it's to do with that reconstruction. But that reconstruction was a lot better researched, and so put things back together properly and saw to it that the building was going to survive. And so it survives. You know, it's one of those really beautiful, delicate buildings. So, just as the Parthenon is glorious in all its majesty, so I think the Temple of Athene Nike is glorious in miniature.